Hold the phoneme. Visual pun. Somebody's outed me as being a Catholic priest this week. For those of you who are new to this, here's the origin story of how harassment happens on the internet to people who debunk. Now, point. My channels are based on debunking people who lie to you or promote lies, usually by cross-promoting it between channels, who say things that are easily and objectively proven to be a lie. And I explained to you how easy it is to check on them, and that triggers the hell out of them because they can't stand one bit of criticism. And they immediately squeal like a stuck pig, I'm being harassed, I'm being stalked, I'm being doxxed, and they flag the shit out of you. And they also do things like put up videos where they harass, stalk, and dox you, or at least attempt to. And go through a fuck ton of effort to do this, in spite of how negative it will reflect on them because they don't care, and prove in doing this that they are predators. Well, you did it first. The person in question, or personage, the hopeless girl that we're discussing, kind of. It doesn't matter because if you're watching, lady, this is about all of you who do this shit. It's not you. People who dox you and claim that you're a Catholic priest, euphemism, Epstein didn't commit suicide, memes. People who do this are usually predators. How many times have you found a person in a position of trust violating the trust because they were able to, because they were in a position of trust? Whether it be a politician, a local cop, priest, whatever. Okay, now I want you to think of the last time you heard of an actual self-professed Satan worshiper getting caught doing any of the shit they get accused of. You're going to find it. You're going to go out of your way to find some incidents. Okay. And you might even go to the effort of looking up other religions or other belief systems or other groups and find easy ways to accuse them. But have you ever made an effort to look at your own group, take a good hard look at them, and see if there are confirmed cases of them doing the same Catholic priest-like behavior or other behaviors? Or even better, looking for how many of them, before they got caught, accused others of it. Okay? It's a pattern of behavior. You find out the ones that are predators do everything. They don't do one thing. They do all sorts of things. So now we have a channel, one of many in a series of channels that have been tricked into doing this or have resorted to doing this. I'm not blaming the hopeless girl for doing this. Well, actually, I am. This person has been doing this for how many months? This is how many channels later? How many sock puppet accounts do you have? Years of it? I mean, really, you've been doing this for over a year. Criminal network of trolls. Death threats. They're harassing me. They have sock puppet accounts. Let's go there. Years and years ago, Google and YouTube allowed you to set up a corporate account thing. It's not available anymore as far as I know. I've lost the link to it. I can't even check for it, and I don't want to know. But they allowed you as an individual to just claim to be a company and want to set up hundreds and hundreds of YouTube channels and email addresses for a bunch of employees. So you could set up a bunch of accounts. They wanted to be friendly to businesses. Now that's not going to be exploited by a bunch of trolls, so the default would be you could tell it to make all the channels have the same name because YouTube allowed that at one point. They wanted everybody to use their real name instead of having unique names and found out lots of people are named John Smith. So because of that and because of the corporate account thing that came before, it would allow you to name all the channels identically and allow people to impersonate me 300 times, which was the limit. This person set it up in an afternoon and started using this not to harass me by talking to me, but go around impersonating me, posting really, really nasty shit. So I would look like a Catholic priest. That went on for almost 4 years. May still be going on as of today. Yeah. And another individual, totally unrelated, at one time would originally started off being a reasonable human being who had a talent with doing graphics on a computer routine, who could do zooming graphics or whatever for your logos, would get paid money for it. He eventually decided to branch out to try to be a mob boss and harass people by posting your docs, accusation of you being a Catholic priest, and every other thing he could come up with, and say, give me money and I'll take it down. And he lived in a country that allowed this, and Google wouldn't do anything about it until we all figured out, well, some of us did, that there's a certain tool on Google that makes it to where they can't take down the page, but they'll stop linking to it. They just ban it from search results, so it doesn't have an effect anymore. You can do this anytime they see somebody who's obviously using a website to dox you, harass you, or say something unsubstantiated as a lie about you, like claiming you're a Catholic priest. Pretty simple. And it worked for a while. Meanwhile, this person got angrier and angrier and set up more web pages. And then the tool stopped working, I guess. Saltpeter couscous, if you don't know. We'll call him Satan, because he gives you a wet willy to get your attention and whispers in your ear. Hey, come to me and I'll give you the dirt on this guy, even if it's made up shit. And he, of course, archived the previous shithead posing as me and impersonating me. And, of course, Google went to their absolute best effort by not letting us say, there's a string of channels, they're identical, I didn't set them up, someone's trying to make me look bad, they're impersonating me, you have a policy against this. Why don't you have a forum where I can just give you all of them and you can just go say, yeah, they're identical? Or maybe ban the person who set them up, because when you set up this corporate account thing with hundreds of accounts, you had to actually give it valid information to be able to track you down. No, that would be exactly what we say we're going to do in a help forum. So it didn't get fixed. 4 years of screw-ups, 4 years of shit, because Google doesn't care. But anyway, the devil was also part of a little ghost ring of channels cross-promoting each other. They would post a video, and then everybody else would promote it. And then this guy'd post a video, and all these would promote it. And they'd prop up anything that would get them views. And what got views in 2012 forward, for a lot of people, was every day saying the world's going to come to an end, therefore your religion's right. Didn't matter which religion. They'll set up 5 channels saying 5 different religions. As long as it appealed to people wanting to prove that they're right all damn day long, that personality type, you get page views. And they exploited them predatorially all the time. By the way, the person who set up all 300 accounts impersonating me, he was a predator too. He was mad at me because I critiqued his comment that he left on my channel. That was it. That made him spend 4 years doing everything possible to get put on the FBI list for me pointing out to the FBI, this is a channel, and here's a dozen more that are controlled by the same person. Get Google to give that information to you so you can track his ass down. And they did. And they told him, you're guilty of this. It doesn't matter if you use WAP-TEX icon. You're guilty. But anyway, the dirty half dozen ring of fire experienced the devil in their ear for long enough that they realized every one of them eventually became a target. It wasn't just drama. They were really becoming targets. Shit postings, websites named after them, doxings, and being ordained Catholics all over the place. Same central hub of stupidity. That little devil whispering in your ear, giving you a wet willy. This even infested a couple that were perfectly happy people who were talking about, climate change. An actual issue. And the whisper in the ear happened, and then when they didn't cooperate enough, this devil put up a page named after one of them and maybe the other, saying, don't you dare get out of line or I'll ruin your life. And they learned their lesson not to ever trust a predator again. Even the web ring of stupid people who are still antagonistic as fuck towards me and everybody like me who just debunks any lie that exploits people, even they won't get in bed with this asshole anymore. He already sprung the traps. They don't care anymore. Comes with the territory. You get used to it. Later on, a particle physicist, not a astrophysicist, completely different physics, joined up with somebody in the United States that was formerly a trinket salesman on Facebook, posting, Ouija boards and other occult items, who then suddenly had a change and renounced his evilness and became part of the faith so he could sell some other trinket. Doom. The world's coming to an end. Stellar cores. And they grouped up together. And then they listened to the whisper in the ear. And they regretted it. Because they got out of line. Because ultimately this devil doesn't really care about gaining anything. It's only power over somebody, making them squirm, and then punishing them whether they do good or not, because I can't do anything right. Battered woman syndrome, Stockholm syndrome, all of it. Heck, one of these pairings, the couple that was interested in climate change, one of the members asked me, do you know what this guy's about? And I said, yeah, I even did a video. Yeah, you don't want to involve yourself with him because this is his past. I'm doing the video again, but I'm not doing it for J&M. And I'm not doing it for the astrophysicist wannabe and her boyfriend. Or even you. I'm doing it for the person who's accusing me of being a Catholic priest again. Are you listening? You posted a link in a video that it has white on black lettering in the thumbnail, which Google image search can read, which means it will immediately prove that that channel and any other channel you set up where you didn't proxy up are all involved in the same behavior. It's immediately an assertion without any reason for being there, without any corroboration of a kind of assertion you should only make to the police and not publicly. Accusing me of being an ordained Catholic priest. In white on black lettering, literally the easiest thing for them to detect. You've actually done that. That's amazing. And you're the one complaining about sock puppet accounts when you make them. And you're the one complaining about doxing and harassment when you do it. But that's not what this video is about. No. Soon, this devil that may or may not have whispered in your ear, he will eventually, because you got his attention. Because you wanted it. You wanted my attention. You're going to get his. It'll whisper in your ear, and suddenly websites and assertions will be made about you. And you'll either have to pay money or you're going to be his bitch. Just like everybody else who's regretted this. Every other fucking time. And yeah, this devil cited somebody who used a channel generating utility that Google used to have up to impersonate me and then go around and talk smack. And that's what you're citing on your website. And you didn't even do a good job of it. You literally copied and pasted the images. You did screenshots. You made assertions. I'm going to view image on your blog. Okay, at least you only... Oh, God, you did copy it verbatim. Wait a minute. Image info. You included the metadata, so it's... Wow. So when the Leviathan sees that you stole his memes and whispers in your ear, the same shit that happened over and over again isn't going to happen. The guy was born in July of 57. He's not old enough yet to be that old. And I guarantee you he's wondering about his income, and he sees some other person to be a vampire too. You're a predator. I have no qualms about you going through the hell you're going through, but I'm also fair and balanced. I'm warning you that that thing is going to find you. I literally wouldn't wish that devil on anyone. If you're going to do this, do a better job, number one. Number two, do something that isn't easily refuted or a fucking joke about people like you. And the fact that you post one channel after another, doing the same thing after another, proves that you're a predator as bad as he is. But again, steer clear. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that.